Valerie Lee, Valerie Lee, Fortunaya Ravisi, Valerie Lee, Fortunaya Ravisi,
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. It's 2 o'clock. We'll get started as soon as Courtroom 2 or ACDC gets on the line with us. Good afternoon, Ms. Grace. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Do we have an SAP reset date, please?
Yes, sir. March the 17th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Huh? Excuse me, Judge, it's the 24th of March.
Okay, thank you. And Courtroom 2 will be ready as soon as you're ready for us.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon. Hope you all are well. Let's see. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you do not have a private attorney and choose to utilize their service. Who do we have first?
Number 2, Ms. Bell.
Good afternoon, Ms. Bell. You have been charged in case 26CR001546K with battery family violence. Good afternoon, Ms. Hardy. Is there a history?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The last arrest was December 27, 2018 out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, for a misdemeanor offense. There are 2 arrest cycles out of North Carolina. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This incident occurred on March the 8th of 2026. Officers went to 662 Providence Place Southwest regarding a domestic disturbance, making contact with Ms. Bell initially, who indicated that her significant other, Mr. Tajon Miles, who was living with her at the time, that they had gotten into a dispute in which He had actually elbowed her twice. She indicated he attempted to hit her with a bottle and at one point with a firearm, but there was no contact that was made. Once the officers had an opportunity to speak with him, he indicated that he actually had a recording of her striking him. And as a result of her actually hitting him, there was a bruise on his face. And therefore, that's why we have the charge right now. Our bond recommendation is based on there was some arrest for violent behavior out of North Carolina. Although I didn't see a disposition on those cases, our bond recommendation is $5,000 as a surety bond. No further contact with Mr. Miles. Stay away from the location at 662 Providence Place Southwest. Would ask court to put in place anger management as part of the conditions of bond. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, or firearms. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Miles, I see. If you would like to address the court, you certainly don't have to, but if you would like to, now is your opportunity to do so. If so, you'll have to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I will swear you in. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Yes, sir. If you'll raise your right hand. If you'll raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can place your hand down, Mr. Miles. What would you like to tell the court?
Hi. So I'm here to let the court know that no actual physical damage was done to me. Kiki, she is a good person, and we just had a minor discrepancy that had escalated. We didn't know how to communicate that. I've known her for a year now, and knowing her, I know that she doesn't have any anger problems or anything of that sort. This situation just needed some guidance and understanding that we didn't have at that time. As you can see, I'm perfectly fine. I didn't require any physical attention from the medical team, and I have no bruises or injuries.
Has this ever happened before?
No.
And do you both live in the same household?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like her back in the household?
Yes.
Okay. Anything further this afternoon, sir?
No, sir.
All right. I appreciate you being here this afternoon, Mr. Miles. Thank you. Mr. Massageddon, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
You can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Bell is 30 years old, has been living here in Georgia since 2019. She does have a good address. She lives with Mr. Miles, but also has her parents who are local, live in Riverdale. She is a mother to 8 children, including 2 sets of twins. She is also currently in school, expected to, well, she's put in her application. She's expecting to start in April at Chamberlain University to study nursing, but she's currently employed working as an HR representative for Advanced Security Services. So she's employed, she's a mother. Mr. Miles is here on the call, which we're very thankful for, to state that he's not in fear, he wants contact, doesn't want her to stay away from him. And so in keeping with that, Your Honor, we would ask for a signature bond for Ms. Bell, and failing that, a total bond not to exceed $1,000.
And here will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Mr. Miles. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Bell. You as well, Mr. Miles. Who do we have next? With their courtroom too.
I'm sorry, number 6, Mr. Pashala.
Good afternoon, Ms. Fashala. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001547K with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was April 19th, 2025, out of Duluth, for giving false information to law enforcement, obstruction. That is their only arrest cycle, nothing further.
Evans Battle.
Yes, can you tell me the name again?
Position number 6, Ms. Fashala.
Yes, Your Honor. On March the 8th of 2026, she was at the Walmart at 5200 Windward Parkway in Alpharetta, and she took merchandise out of the store amounting to $69.35. We would ask for, the bond is set at $1,000 surety, and we're fine with $1,000 through signature bond through. I think the court could do it through the jail. I didn't see anything that would stop the court from doing so.
If Mr. Misogyn, if it suits you, it will be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. Stay away from the Walmart on Windward Parkway, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Does that
Yes,
just
Your
suit
Honor, no
you?
objection.
Okay, good luck to you, Ms. Fashala.
Number 9, Ms. Henry's next.
Good afternoon, Ms. Henry. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001566L with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was May 26, 2011, out of Newton County for battery family violence. There are 3 arrest cycles. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2013 for battery family violence, a 2010 obstruction. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened February the 7th of 2026. Officers went to 4306 Holiday Road. The victim in this case is her daughter, Iman Williams, spelled Imahn Williams. Apparently they had, officers had responded to the location earlier in the day, asking that Miss Williams, the daughter, leave just to kind of de-escalate the situation. Apparently she was packing to leave when Miss Williams and hers became into a disagreement because Miss Williams had the keys of Miss Henry and didn't give them to her. So Miss Henry took her phone and hid it in a closet. And Miss Williams, therefore, was looking for her phone through the Find My Phone app and was able to determine that it was in the closet. As she was trying to get the phone, Miss Henry grabbed her and pushed her and was forcing her out of the room to keep her from getting the phone that she had of hers. The police were called again back out to the home as why this charge was filed. It's my understanding that Miss Williams indicated that her mother has MH issues and wants the court to assist with that. Our bond recommendation is for a $3,500 surety bond because of her history and having a prior family violence conviction. I believe her daughter is on the line and wants to ask the court for no further violent contact and allow her to come home with a social worker visit for BHMH. If the court can order the MHET now, that would be the preference for the state, along with some anger management. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no firearms, Your Honor.
And thank you. Ms. Williams, I believe you'd like to address the court. If that's so, I need for you to come on camera for me, ma'am.
I'm trying actually to come on camera and it says I can't. Okay, there we go. It's there we go. Perfect.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. If you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Okay, so the narrative that was just explained isn't exactly true. However, this warrant was taken out really as a means to kind of encourage my mother to get some mental health help. I have been reaching out to South Fulton Police Department since Thursday of last week, trying to have them recall this warrant. I had already spoken to the Solicitor General's office and made them aware of the situation, and they said ultimately until the point in time in which she is arrested, I needed to go through the police department. I reached out to the police department. No one called me back. I came home yesterday to find out that my mom had been arrested, despite 3 documented phone calls on Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday morning. My mother has already agreed to go into a treatment program, which is why I've been feverishly trying to have this warrant recalled, because we were taking care of this issue. There is a history at the address. I am my mother's caregiver. If she is agreeing to go get the help that she needs, I really don't want to pursue this any further. I do not think that this type of intervention is going to be beneficial, especially if she is willing to go. She was actually supposed to have started today at 8 a.m., which is why I've been feverishly calling South Fulton PD all weekend, because she was supposed to have started some treatment today. So I am her caregiver. There have not been any further issues. I would sincerely appreciate if she could do a minimal signature bond so that I can actually get her into a program that she needs. I work in behavioral health. I've already been coordinating with her providers. We've we've kind of started remedying this already.
Okay, where will she be going? What treatment facility?
So initially we were supposed to do, we talked about an inpatient with, shoot, Riverwood, the one in Smyrna, Riverwoods, but she's not going to be able to do that 'cause she has to do the entire program. She can continue, she can start their outpatient program almost immediately as soon as tomorrow. I spent a significant portion of time last night at the jail kind of begging and pleading to get in front of someone earlier than now to have her released and get her there. I've been in touch with her psychiatrist and her psychologist. She also has several poorly managed health conditions. So her being in jail is not the best situation for her at all. And ultimately, I just want her to get help.
Okay, thank you for being here this afternoon, Ms. Williams. We appreciate it. Yes, Mr. Misogynin.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you just heard from Ms. Williams, it sounds like she's very much on top of the situation. They already have providers and a place to go and everything for Ms. Henry here that aligns with basically what she told me. She does have means to pay for all of that, is my understanding. And so we would ask for Ms. Henry, given that her daughter, the alleged victim, is here asking for her to be released, that there not be any sort of no contact or stay away order, and that Ms. Henry receive a signature bond here today.
Okay, it will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Ms. Williams. I want her to have a social worker visit to assist with any treatment that she will be receiving, either a BHET or an MHET, or otherwise. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
May I ask one more question, just because I am her caretaker? She has a pretty heavy medication load. I do not want that load to contradict your orders here today.
Okay, well, she's to remain on any prescription medication that she is currently on.
Okay.
Okay,
And then
so
does
she can have her prescription medication. It's just any type of illegal substances is what
Absolutely.
she cannot have, or those substances that are not prescribed by a treating physician. A signature
Absolutely.
bond means that she's going to be able to sign herself out, so you don't have to worry about the amount. Only if she violates the bond would the amount have to be worried about. You understand me?
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck to you, Miss Williams. You as well, Miss Henry.
Yep, 13, Mr. Lee.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lee. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001541C with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was May the 3rd, 2022 out of DeKalb for an FTA. There's 23 total arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Louisiana. A misdemeanor conviction in 2023 for criminal trespass and simple assault. felony conviction in 2013 for possession of marijuana with intent. They got first offender treatment on that, and it was discharged in 2017. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Afternoon, Mr. Sirocco.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This was the March 7th incident from this year at 5300 Shannon Lake Drive in Union City. It's the Shannon Chase Apartments there. The victim's name is Miss Kenosha Edge. Defendant's her boyfriend and has lived with her for roughly 4 years. There was a verbal argument with her regarding the defendant spending the night at his ex-wife's residence, and that argument escalated ultimately into property damage, yelling, a lot of anger. Much of this taking place in front of the victim's juvenile daughter, TG, juvenile TG, who was present in the living room for the incident, wherein the defendant struck and damaged the victim's television. She called the police. She thankfully recorded the incident. Officers were able to view that. And we have not yet spoken with Miss Edge here, Your Honor. But with the defendant's history here, recent violent conviction from 2023, that simple assault's criminal trespass out of DeKalb, there are roughly almost 24 cycles here with an FTA from 2022. State's recommendation here is going to be a $2,000 surety, recommending a one-day anger awareness, no further contact out of an abundance of caution with Miss Kenosha Edge. Stay away from the Shannon Chase Apartments at 5300 Shannon Lake Drive in Union City, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Miss Edge, Your Honor.
Ms. Edge is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity.
I should
You said
mention
my
that.
name?
Oh, were you on?
Yes, yes, she's on. Can you activate your camera for me, please, ma'am, if you'd like to speak to the court?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to in this. Okay. Okay, it's saying I can't start, sir. But
Right,
for
so let's
Ontario Cooper, sir, I never pressed charges.
hold on.
I'm asking the court to dismiss all charges and let him go on the signature bond.
Your Honor, if I may,
Well,
I believe this
first
is
of all,
a separate
right,
mistake.
this is not Ontario Cooper. This is Tyrell Lee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And what's the full name of the alleged victim, Mr. Sirocco, in Mr. Lee's case?
Kenosha Edge, Kanosha Edge.
Okay, we'll be with you, Miss Wakilia Edge, at another time. If Miss Kenosha Edge is on the line, now is your opportunity to address the court. Okay, does not appear so.
I
Mr.
did see as
Masakinen?
well, Your Honor, I just wanted to mention there was a previous criminal trespass from 2020, which was alleged to involve him kicking his wife's windshield, his then wife, I suppose. Ultimately, that was null pros, but I thought it relevant to include here.
Thank you. Mr. Masakinen?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lee is 33 years old and a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia. He does presently reside at that incident location. He does have an alternate address that he can stay at temporarily that belongs to his uncle here in Atlanta. But if there is going to be a stay away order or no contact order, which Mr. Lee can comply with, he would need a one-time return to retrieve his things. Your Honor, he is a father. He has 3 biological children, 3 stepchildren. He takes care of all 6 altogether. Your Honor, he's a high school graduate and has been employed recently working at a temp agency. Based on what Mr. Lee told me in our short interview, he stated that the television that is alleged to have been broken is actually his own television that he broke. Your Honor, we understand it's more of an argument for a later court date, but I thought it might be relevant to bring up in this proceeding here today. For Mr. Lee, we would ask him to receive a signature bond, failing that a surety bond not to exceed $1,000.
Okay, will be $1,000 good bond, no further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the Shannon Lakes Drive address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Lee. Thank you. You're welcome.
Number 7, Mr. Gaines.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gaines. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001560L with 2 counts of battery family violence and simple assault family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was May the 15th, 2025 out of Fulton for theft by taking, criminal trespass, and obstruction. That did result in a misdemeanor conviction. There are 13 arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia, North Carolina. There's a 2019 misdemeanor conviction out of North Carolina, excuse me, for resisting arrest. FTA from 2018, a misdemeanor conviction for driving without a license, DUI, theft by taking. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
I'm sorry, did I hear her say that there was an FTA within the last 5 years?
It was in 2018, I believe.
Okay. Ooh, my screen just went out. Okay. Yes, Judge. December the 10th of 2025 is when this incident occurred at 960 Spring Street Northwest. The victim is Stephen Bellamy. He indicated that his partner, Mr. Raheem Gaines, had returned to the house. Apparently, there was a dispute. He threw a glass bottle at Mr. Bellamy's head and then started to punch him in the face. He also bit him on the side of his rib, on the left rib area, before he left the residence. He returned to the residence and began kicking at the apartment door, attempting to get in. When he couldn't get in, he placed the trash can in front of the door and left. He's indicated that they'd been in a relationship for 8 years. There was some camera footage that was obtained by officers in which they were able to see Mr. Gaines approaching the front door. They also observed Mr. Bellamy to have bruises and scratches on his face, his arms, and neck, along with a bite mark on the left side of his rib cage. We are asking that bond be set in the amount of $7,500 surety. That's works out, I believe, to $2,500 for each count. No further contact. Stay away from the location, which is the 960 Spring Street Northwest address. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, no firearms while out on bond. If the court is so inclined, we'd ask that a condition of his bond be that he start some form of anger management classes at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. If Mr. Stephen Bellamy is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Mr. Masajian?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Gaines is 33 years old, has been living here in Georgia for the past 6 years. He's currently a student at Georgia State studying business, and he resides there in the student housing there on Cortlandt Street. Your Honor, he has been in a relationship with the alleged victim, Mr. Bellamy, for close to 9 years now. This incident did occur back in December. It's my understanding that they, have been together since then for several years before that, and still today. Although Mr. Bellamy's not here today to corroborate any of that, unfortunately, Your Honor. But for Mr. Gaines, we would ask if eligible to receive a signature bond, failing that a surety bond not to exceed $5,000 total.
Evans-Battle, has your office spoken with Mr. Bellamy?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. As such, for each charge will be a $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $3,000 good bond. At this point, no further contact with Mr. Bellamy. Stay away from his residential location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
16, Mr. Mitchell.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mitchell. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0015557K with 3 counts of battery family violence and 3 counts of simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Last arrest was January 23rd, 2020, out of Douglas County for possession of marijuana with intent. That's their only arrest cycle, nothing further.
Mr. Sraka?
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident was from just 2 days ago, March 7th, at 1989 Cheshire Bridge Road, in Atlanta. Law enforcement was dispatched there, in reference to someone having been struck by a vehicle. They made contact with the parties. The defendant stated that everything was fine and that his girlfriend did not hit him with the vehicle, but he didn't have any shoes on. His feet were bleeding and he had some abrasions on his hands. So something had clearly happened. They went and spoke with the victim here, Miss Amanda LaCour. She was exiting the driver's side of the Jeep that she had been driving, and he, saw that she had a shirt ripped at the collar. She had red bruises around her face and her neck. And when she explained what happened, she described how the defendant, who was her boyfriend, who lived with her for the past 5 months, they had gotten into an argument earlier that day. She came from work and noticed through the GPS, one of the GPS apps, that the defendant was about 5 minutes away from home. She didn't want to be around him at the time, so she waited in the back of the parking lot in her Jeep. And when she tried to make way, the defendant saw her, chased around the parking lot on foot while that vehicle was driving. And he grabbed onto the vehicle, actually causing him to lose his shoes and fall. Managed to open the door, pull her out of the vehicle. They both went to the ground. He did hit her. He grabbed her, also pushed her back into the door frame of the vehicle. And she got into the driver's side as he crawled over the hood of the vehicle and got to the passenger side. This was shortly after the officer showed up here. There was a witness who saw and recorded some of this incident here, giving a similar statement in corroboration with what the victim stated here. And the officer saw that same video showing the defendant on top of the victim, forcefully grabbing her by her shirt, forcing her up to her feet and driving her into the open door of the vehicle. We did speak with the victim here, Miss LaCour. She confirmed the events in the warrant. She explained they had been arguing all day, and she did not want to continue the conversation. She said as the defendant was coming into the complex, he saw the victim leaving towards the exit and began to chase her. They've been together for 1 year. They don't share any children. She states nothing like this has happened before and that she's okay with no further violent contact and that the defendant can return home. We have serious concerns about that. We don't think there's been a sufficient cooling off period. First of all, also the fact that she's trying to avoid him, any confrontation, trying to flee by vehicle when he got home to avoid him, and that all the actions that took place once he saw her, alleged to have taken place once he saw her, in pulling her out of the vehicle, chasing after her, striking her, all of them. State's recommendation is going to be a $4,500 total surety, recommending $1,000 on each battery family violence and $500 on each simple battery family violence. We're recommending FIB, Your Honor. No further contact with Amanda LaCour. Stay away from 1989 Cheshire Bridge Road, Northeast Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound from Miss LaCour, Your Honor, I believe I saw her on the line.
Ms. LaCour, if you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to unmute your device there. Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
So unfortunately, a private issue between me and Darion became public in our apartment complex. We both made mistakes on Saturday, but he is the one that went to jail. I'm not here to make excuses for anyone. We both were in the wrong, but we love each other. We have agreed to steps that we need to take individually and together to better ourselves in our relationship, and we are committed to that. I am solely here to support him, and I am requesting a signature release. What was said about me getting in the vehicle and that being just so significant in this instance of me fleeing, I don't think should be taken to such a severity. I did not want to have a conversation, and that is fine. Walking away, getting in a car, getting on a bus, however I chose to leave a conversation is my right, whether that is in a vehicle. Him choosing to still want to have a conversation with me is also his right. The events that continued after that are unfortunate, but we have both come to an understanding. We were at an understanding prior to the police arriving, prior to fire arriving, for about 10 to 15 minutes. I don't have any makeup on currently. I don't have any bruises on my face, any redness. I am not hurt. And I am requesting that he can come back home. I would not like us to have any sort of separation.
Okay, well, I'll tell you right now, Ms. LaCour, until either one or both of you get some help, and I can only order him to do family violence intervention. Until that happens, I'm not going to have you all having contact with each other. The fact that you're telling me that both fire and police had to come to a public argument gives the court cause for concern. So my order, it will entail that he's going to have to participate in family violence intervention. And at some point down the road, once he begins that program, maybe you can petition the court to have contact, but there will be no contact for the foreseeable future, especially given that this only happened 2 days ago. But I do appreciate you being here this afternoon, Ms. LaCour. Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Michael is 23 years young, Your Honor, and he graduated from high school 2020 here in Georgia, Your Honor. He also went to Georgia State University. He is actually currently full-time student there. He studies accounting, and he is expected to graduate December 2026. And he does have everybody here in Georgia. He came to Georgia about 20 years ago, even though he was born in Virginia. He's kind of like a native Georgian. He works as a basketball coach for children in his neighborhood. And also, Your Honor, he was run over by a car on March 7, 2026. So he's going through a lot of pain. We would like to request for a signature on bond through pretrial level 1. This is second arrest that he has ever had, and I am actually referring him to LADDER, LADDER program, so that way he can kind of like negotiate pretrial diversion later.
Okay, for each charge will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $12,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. I want him to begin the family violence intervention program. At this point in time, no further contact with Ms. LaCour, and stay away from the 1989 Cheshire Bridge Road address. If necessary, he can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Milton at ACDC.
Good afternoon, Officer Milton.
Good afternoon. May we do position 12, Ms. Langford, please?
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, Ms. Langford. Let me just address the ladies that are there. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state expedited accusation calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. Ms. Langford, you have been charged in case 26 CR 001540C with criminal trespass and possession and use of drug-related objects. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 42 arrest cycles. Their last arrest was January the 31st, 2026 out of Clayton County for criminal trespass. It appears that they're on probation for criminal trespass. There's an open theft by shoplifting. There's criminal trespass, misdemeanor convictions, there from 2025, 2022, 2021. 42 total cycles, nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Soroka.
Thank you, Your Honor. And this incident here involved the same Greyhound bus station that she's been told to stay away from, that she is in violation of probation with returning to, in this case, the one ending in 93C, excuse me, the criminal trespass, pedestrian and roadway conviction from January 8th of this year. Several other criminal trespass convictions in the past 5 to 10 years. And I see as well a number of FTAs, 7 since 2020, most recently in 2024. And as pretrial stated, she does have that open shoplifting that's in Superior Court, currently on judicial hold, I believe. The state's recommendation here, oh, and I should mention, she was found to have a glass pipe with residue following her arrest here and subsequent search. We are recommending a $2,000 surety, $1,500 on the criminal trespass, and $500 on the possession or use of drug-related objects. Social worker visit for BHET and housing. Stay away from the Greyhound bus station at 232 Forsyth Street in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Massagian?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Langford has lived here in Georgia her whole life. She's been struggling with homelessness for some years now. Your Honor, she has a mailing address at the Gateway Center, that's 275 Prior Street, Your Honor, and she was already previously granted on this charge a UJR on the trespass and a $600 surety bond on the possession of drug objects. Your Honor, I don't believe that she is eligible given her history in probation open cases, but we would ask for as low of a bond as feasibly possible. I'm not sure that she would even be able to make a bond if it were set at $1, but that is our ask at this time.
Okay, we have to see what's going on with Ms. Langford. I don't I want to see if we can assist her in some way so that she's not continuing to come back to this court. So she will see me on the SAP calendar if she doesn't get out on the 24th. I want to have a social worker visit with her, and maybe we can get some type of plan together to assist that can be presented to me, and I will reconsider the bond possibly at that time. But at this time, it will be a $500 good bond per charge, which makes it a $1,000 good bond. Stay away from that Greyhound bus station, social worker visit to assess for BHET, and housing, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. If you will make sure to pass this along, Mr. Massagian, to the SAP lawyers so that we can get some type of plan in place, I'd appreciate it. All right, good luck to you, Ms. Langford.
All right, number 18, Wilson.
I'm sorry, tell me one more time.
18, Mr. Knowlton.
Okay, thank you.
How you doing, Judge?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Knowlton. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001561C with driving under the influence of alcohol, less safe, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, failure to maintain lane or improper lane change, and reckless driving. Is there a history?
There are 15 arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Louisiana. Their last arrest was August 25th, 2024 out of DeKalb for an FTA. There's a 2024 misdemeanor conviction for disorderly conduct, 2019 simple battery, 2014 theft by receiving. There was FTA from 2014 and 2024. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe as well, if pretrial didn't state it, I apologize, but I believe there was an open aggravated assault case, 26 PI 001914, ag assault, possession of firearm during commission. Um, This was a March 7th incident. Officers were originally dispatched for a domestic disturbance wanted person. And from the address that they responded to, they received word that the defendant was driving towards the Fairburn Fire Department in that direction, at least, and gave the description of the vehicle. The officers found the defendant, saw the defendant driving down what was Spence Road at a high rate of speed before crashing in a ditch on the opposite side of the road facing the wrong way. Defendant then exited the vehicle and ran from police while officers were giving verbal commands to stop running. It was ultimately a 2-hour search before the defendant was ultimately apprehended. He continued to run into the woods to evade capture. The state's recommendation here with the 2024 FTA, the open case, and this very case just showing that he poses a risk to the community and the safety of the community, Judge. We are recommending a $5,000 total surety, $3,500 on the DUI, $1,000 on the reckless driving, $250 on each of the remaining charges of obstruction and failure to maintain lane. We are recommending no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and no driving.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Mr. Knowlton is 37 years old. He is currently married with 4 children, and he also takes care of his disabled father. Your Honor, he does have a heart problem, and he denies the allegation that he was not the driver. He says that he was not a driver, and he does have a job. He drives a truck, and he graduated from high school 2007. After that, he got certification to operate different kinds of equipment, and we would like to request for the lowest possible bond. I understand the signature on bond, he may not be qualified, but he does have a felony charge that he has to worry about. We ask for $1,000 surety bond. Thank you.
For the DUI will be a $1,500 good bond. For the obstruction, a $500 good bond. For each of the other charges, a $250 good bond. Makes for a total of a $2,500 good bond. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Knowlton.
And let's get number 4, Mr. Cooper.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Cooper. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0015553Y with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the third degree. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy? You are on mute there, Ms. Hardy, if you're speaking.
5 arrest cycles in Georgia. Their last arrest was January 28th, 2021 out of Fulton County, and for an FTA. Nothing further to report.
That's Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident occurred September the 13th of 2024 at 4375 Cascade, South Fulton. The victim in the case is Rakila Edge. In in this particular case, she was apparently verbally correcting a child and not paying attention to Mr. Cooper. And he became upset and he pushed her to the ground, and grabbed her arm, struck her in the face. She had scratches, scrapes, and a busted lip and bruising on her wrist when the officer made their observation of what she looked like that day. Present in the room was the child, J.E., and that's why we've charged the charges as they are. The bond recommendation, in having spoken with the victim indicate that she wasn't even aware that this case was still out there and that the officer had filed a charge, that she's not had any contact with him since that time. Our bond recommendation is for a $5,000 surety, just based on what we know about the facts of what happened. No further contact, and that he stay away from the address location and the victim's location. And I believe the victim is on and she wants to address the court, and we're aware that she wants to dismiss the charges. And I'll have the victim advocate reach out to her about that later on. But today, if the court was sound for her to be heard. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Edge, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's come back on camera for me, if you would.
Okay, can you send the link again? It is not letting me.
Okay,
there I go. How you doing, Your
I'm
Honor?
doing fine, Miss Edge. Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Okay, you went away again. See if you can come back on.
I'm here. I'm back. Okay, there we go. Okay. It's saying the host not letting me in. Okay. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
Well, Judge, Your Honor, I'm asking the court to actually get him a signature bond. This is an old case. This case has never existed. And honestly, I just think that by us not having any type of contact, we grown people, he should be free, Your Honor, because he just got approved for a job at the airport, and I don't want anything hindering him, not even including me. So
Okay,
is there any way that you can release him on the signature bond?
All right, so you haven't seen him since back in 2024?
Correct.
All right, so there's no reason for you all to have any kind of contact at the present time, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, all right, thank you for being here, Miss Edge, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mr. Misogyny.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Cooper is 32 years old, a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia. He is not in a relationship with Miss Edge here. He doesn't share any children with her, although he is a father to 3 children, ages 14, 6, and 7. He resides with his mother at Harwell Place, Your Honor, and is, as Miss Edge stated, in the process of just getting back up on his feet, getting a new job. Your Honor, he was previously held up due to a previous open matter, but that has been closed. And Your Honor, Ms. Edge, as she stated to the court, stated to the solicitor's office, doesn't wish to press charges. It's a little bit of an older case than the other ones we have usually here on this calendar. We would ask for Mr. Cooper to receive a signature bond, and failing that, a bond not to exceed $1,000 surety.
Okay, for the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the cruelty, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Ms. Edge. Stay away from her residential address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Cooper. You too, Ms. Edge.
Hey, Mr. Hales next.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hale. You have been charged in case 26CR001564G with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and criminal trespass. Is there a history?
The last arrest was February 15th, 2026 out of Fulton for criminal trespass. There are 23 arrest cycles. Arrests out of Georgia, Louisiana, New York. There was a felony conviction in 2013 out of New York for robbery. 2017 misdemeanor conviction for criminal possession of controlled substance. They're on probation for criminal trespass. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. And this particular case, Mr. Hale on March the 7th was at the Camden Square Apartments located at 3097 Maple Drive Northeast. He was sleeping in the hallway on the 4th floor. This is the same location in which he was previously convicted of by pleading guilty of the same location and on the same floor. He was noticed the last instance on February 26th of 2026 to not be on the property. And he was there. And I think at that time, he was also charged with willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. So we are asking for a surety bond in this case. We're asking for a $1,500 surety on the willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. He wouldn't obey commands. He wouldn't let them put handcuffs on him. He was tensing up and refusing to put his hands behind his back, clenching his fist and to his chest. As to the criminal trespass, we're asking for a $500 surety. So that would be a $2,000 surety. And all, he has to stay away from the 3097 Maple Drive Northeast, which is Camden Square Apartments. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Massager.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hale's 32 years old. He's only been here in Georgia for the past year. Your Honor, he, I think in connection with an older case that maybe the one that Ms. Evans Battle was referencing, has been entered or is a part of PAD, the Pre-Arrest Diversion Program. He has a mailing address at 420 Cortland. That is the Crossroads Community Ministries. Together with PAD, he's been working there to find more permanent shelter, Your Honor, which I believe he is in the process of doing, but hadn't found anything as of recently, as of today, Your Honor. But he is also a high school graduate with some college under his belt, Your Honor. We are going to be having him meet with one of our social workers, Your Honor, but he already has been connected with some of those resources through PAD. Your Honor, he I believe only has $1 to his name at this point in time. I don't believe that he'd be eligible for signature bond, but we would ask for a $1,000 surety bond at the maximum for Mr. Hale today.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,000 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET and any housing issue. If you all could get someone from PAD to the SAP calendar, that might be helpful so that we can figure out what's going on with him and try to alleviate him coming back. He's, of course, to stay away from the Camden apartments. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. So if he doesn't get out, I'll see him back at that SAP calendar on the 24th. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Hale.
Okay. And that's gonna be 11, Jordan. Man, shit, man, they get people in here just every motherfucking time. Outside of this bullshit, what the fuck they gonna do, man? They gonna put me down or what, man? Come on, man. This shit ain't working for me, bro. They know how to do the fucking thing that they do, man. They know how to do the death sentence, they do that shit. I'm done with this shit. I don't wanna be up for them no more, man. Number 11, Mr. Jordan.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Jordan. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001539L with simple battery family violence. Is there a history?
The last arrest was March the 1st, 2024, out of DeKalb for a probation violation. There are 21 arrest cycles in Georgia. Felony conviction in 2024 for possession of Schedule II controlled substance. 2019 obstruction, marijuana with intent, and possession of a firearm. There's a 2023 misdemeanor criminal trespass and simple assault. Nothing further to report.
Thank you, Mr. Siraka.
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident was from March 8th, 2026 at 5501 Glenridge Drive in Atlanta. So just yesterday, law enforcement responded to that location and made contact with the victim, Mr. Raphael Witt. She explained that the defendant, who is his boyfriend, currently lives with him. They had gotten into a physical altercation and the defendant struck him following an argument. Defendant had his own narrative of what happened, but the victim fortunately recorded a video that officers were able to review on the scene. It showed the defendant standing directly in front of the victim, appearing visibly agitated, balling his fists and striking him in the head multiple times during the confrontation. And it appeared that from the video that the victim was trying to defend himself by pushing the defendant away and creating some distance between them. There were some minor scratches on the neck area of the defendant that officers observed, but those were consistent with the defensive actions taken by Mr. Witt in this case. I do want to supplement, I did see a disorderly conduct and terroristic threats and acts conviction, 2019. He has roughly 4 to 5 different felony firearms and felony drug charges, of which he's been convicted on 5 different cases in 2024 alone, I believe. With that, the simple assault and a number of probation violations, most recently in 2024. But the victim, when we spoke with him, he states that this doesn't just happen, but it happens all the time. The police have come to his home, that home several times, but they have never been able to make an arrest because it's always been the defendant's word against his word. This time, he is grateful to have that video to confirm the defendant's actions here. He states the defendant needs MHET, that the defendant will read a Bible standing over the victim and makes comments that he is Jesus Christ. Said that even though he reads the Bible, he is a very sinister person. They've known each other for roughly 10 to 15 years, and stated that defendant hasn't always been like this, but it's gotten bad since the defendant started living with him in September of last year. He plans to apply for a TPO, and he is requesting no further contact as well as a stay away from that location, Judge. With his history, with the public safety elements involved in this case and our concern for the victim's safety, we are asking for a $5,000 surety bond on this. We think MHET would be appropriate at this time. We would ask for that as well as FFIB. No further contact with Mr. Raphael Witt. Stay away from 5501 Glenridge Drive in Atlanta. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Mr. Witt.
Mr. Witt, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I need for you to Unmute your device, activate your camera, and I will swear you in if you choose to speak with the court. It doesn't appear that he wishes to speak with the court this afternoon. Mr. Masajian?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jordan is 35 years old, lifelong resident of Atlanta. Was residing at the incident location, Your Honor. I don't know that he has another location to go to if he can't return there. I understand his, according to what the state said, the alleged victim's wishes at this time, Your Honor. With his recent criminal history, he's been having trouble finding permanent place to stay and solid work opportunities, Your Honor, but he has been trying. He's a high school graduate, and for Mr. Jordan, he could only afford a nominal bond at this time. We would ask that the maximum be a $5,000 surety bond, and he will certainly be receiving a visit from our social workers. We would ask that no FFIP be placed at this time, at least, on Mr. Jordan. It's not something he'd be able to afford at any time in the near future. It would just be another way to violate him, is our fear.
Okay, so Mr. Sirocco asked the court for a $5,000 good bond. You're agreeing with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it will be a $5,000 good bond. No further contact with Mr. Witt. Stay away from the Glen Ridge Drive address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. A social worker visit to assess for BHET. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Mr. Reynolds.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Reynolds. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001544B with theft by taking. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was November 30th, 2025, out of Tallulah County for driving while license suspended or revoked. They have 13 arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Florida. There's a 2005 felony conviction for false imprisonment, and battery. Nothing further to report.
Thank you, Ms. Evans Battle. And
Yes, Your Honor.
before we go on, Ms. Evans Battle, who's representing Mr. Reynolds?
Your Honor, that should be Ms. Kim's case.
Okay, I just want to make sure she's with us.
Mhm.
So is Ms. Kim able to join us? We need to go on to someone else.
Judge, you go to another case. I'm sorry. Thank you.
I'm sorry, say it again.
You go to another case. Ms. Kim is not ready. Thank you.
Okay, can we take someone at ACDC?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, we can take Attorney McLeod's client, Ariel Young.
What's the position 27, Ms. Young?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Young. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0015558G with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was August the 8th, 2024, out of Fulton County for battery. It appeared that they're on probation for that case. There's also another probation case for battery. They have 3 total cycles, nothing further.
Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. It appears on March the 8th of 2026, officers went to 5580 Schofield Lane in Atlanta. The victim in the case is we have a cross defendant case, who is Alexis Young, and is on the calendar today as well. It appears that officers spoke to Deanna Young, the girl's mother, who stated that her daughter Ariel was belligerent and she had called the police. Ariel claimed that she got into a dispute with her sister, Alexis, and that she had lacerations to the face, neck, chest, and a bruised eye. Alexis said that Ariel was upset. No one wanted to drink with her and aggressively approached and put herself in a fighting stance. And they began to fight. And Alexis has lacerations to her face, neck, and shoulder as well. Based on her arrest and conviction history, the state is asking for a $5,000 surety bond. In this case, that she actually, I'm not sure whose home this is. Is it the mother's or what? I don't know what can be put in place. At this time, the state has to ask that she stay away from the location. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. I'd ask the court to actually assign anger management, at least a minimum of 3 anger management classes in this particular case. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, yes, good afternoon, Ms. McLeod.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My client does not have, I believe I heard the pretrial say she has 3 cycles, Your Honor. She doesn't have any FTAs. I am asking the court to consider a signature bond for her. She is currently unemployed, she tells me, Your Honor, so she's not in a position to pay for a bond. I would also ask, Your Honor, for her, if the court decides that she can't go back to this location, that she has a one-time police officer escort back to the location because her daughter is there, so she can get her daughter and she can also get her belongings, Your Honor. And the warrant does say that my client had some injuries. So this is clearly not a situation where to determine that one or the other of these 2 sisters was the primary aggressor. Now, I believe we should wait until all the facts have come out and that we've seen discovery to decide what is really going on. So it could well be that my client is not the primary aggressor here, Your Honor. So I'm asking that she not be punished with a surety bond, that she be given a signature bond so she can get out of jail to take care of her small child. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, it will be a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. I want her to begin the family violence intervention program. No further contact with Alexis. stay away from the Schofield Place address. She can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings and her child. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Young.
Your Honor, that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. We appreciate it, Ms. McLeod. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Do you have a question? Can she call me? I'm happy to address any questions that she has.
There was another dual case. Is another attorney assigned to it?
I believe the public defender's office is representing the other sister.
Okay, the other two. Okay, thank you.
I think I was on an impression it was just one. I don't think mom was arrested.
No. On another case, Barnwell and Williams, we have them as co-defendants. I didn't know if you were representing one of them.
No, I wasn't asked. I was only asked to represent.
All right, thank
Miss
you.
Young. Yes.
So before I let you go, I see is it Barnhill?
Barnwell.
Barnwell.
I
don't see a Barnwell on the calendar. I see a Barnhill on the calendar.
Well, maybe I have her name on my notes incorrect, but along with an Anthony Williams, charged with trespass and possession of drug-related objects.
Yes, I do have an Anthony Williams. Can we verify that?
One of them.
Excuse me, you didn't call my son's name too.
Okay, give me a minute, give me a moment, ma'am. Let me figure out what we have going on here. Who's representing position 24, Anthony Williams?
Your Honor, that should be ours. I didn't see that was a conflict, so I did not notify Ms. McLeod or anyone else. Like Williams and Barnhill are indeed co-defendants or cross-defendants. But we would represent one of them.
And has someone spoken to both of them?
I believe that Ms. Kim might be on the phone with ACDC right now. I did not speak. Mr. Williams would have been Ms. Kim's.
Okay. Yes, Officer Milton.
Okay, Attorney Kim is talking to the Spanish interpreter with Ms. Mendez.
Go ahead.
Oh, she's finished now?
No, I can't, there's a connection problem, so I was wondering if PD Cyrus can have a breakout room with a Spanish interpreter in a separate place.
Yes, I can log onto another computer and put her on.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm glad we figured that out, but we still have the issue that the court was addressing with Barnhill and Williams.
Barnhill is over here, Your Honor, and
Say it again.
Barnhill is over here, and Attorney Kim did speak with her.
Okay, and where is Anthony Williams?
Anthony Williams? We had Anthony Williams. I interviewed him today.
Okay, well, it's my understanding that they may need to have a conflict attorney. So can we get Ms. McLeod to speak with Mr. Williams?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, I appreciate your assistance with that, Ms. McLeod. So if you can
Welcome, Your Honor. If they'll call me, that would be fine. I will wait on the call.
I'm about to call you now, Ms. McLeod. Thank you. What should I say?
And do we have a Spanish interpreter that's logged into the Zoom session?
I don't see anyone yet, Your Honor. I apologize.
We didn't know we needed an interpreter, Judge.
We wasn't notified of an interpreter needed, Your Honor. Do we need a Spanish interpreter?
Yes, We do.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll try to notify someone.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Ms. Champion. Okay, so while we are waiting on all that, where can we go next?
Your Honor, we're ready for the interpreter.
The interpreter we don't have an interpreter as of yet, Officer Milton, so we're going to have to hold.
Okay.
Ms. Kim, can we take the client that you have seated beside you?
Yes, Reynolds. Yes, absolutely. Mr. Reynolds, Michael James is first name.
Yes, and I've addressed Mr. Reynolds in your absence, who is charged in 26 CR 001544B with theft by taking. It's my understanding that there are 13 cycles. The last been in 2025 when he received a charged with suspended license. Yes, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. As to Mr. Gaines.
Reynolds, position number
Reynolds.
21.
It's like we've seen that one before. Mr. Reynolds, this case happened on March the 8th of 2026 at 4395 Marigold Way in South Fulton. The victim is Cynthia Jones in this case. It appears that Kenneth Harris is a handyman. He was installing some doorknobs and he heard the defendant and the victim fighting and heard her yell, and heard him yell, "You'll get your stuff back when I get mine back." And observed him run out of the house with two cell phones in his hand. One was in a sparkly case. The victim had indicated she had placed her phones on the floor because she needed to pay the handyman and that they were missing. Ultimately, the defendant was locked in the room, and when the phone was called, they could hear it ringing. So they were able to get both of the phones from him at that time. And he told the officers he didn't know how they got there. We're asking for it appears from his history that it's prior to 2006 that we have any convictions. And so we're recommending a $1,000 signature bond on each offense. That's a $2,000 signature bond total, that he have no further contact with Cynthia Jones, that he stay away from the 4395 Marigold Way address, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, we have no objection to signature on bond. We would like to request for a signature on bond through jail. And I believe 4395, that address is my client's place. He is a tenant, and I believe Cynthia is a landlord. So he paid for his money and he has a right to stay there. So we would let you know. And then she does not stay there. So we were wondering if he can go back home.
Okay, so Ms. Evans Battle, my calendar only has one theft by taking on it. Did you file down a separate charge?
Let me look. Someone else did the calendar. I'll look and see if she had another one there, maybe that she did something else with.
Not right now.
Well, she only filed down one. I guess it was for both cell phones, maybe. Yes, she actually indicated that there were cell phones in the one accusation. So that would be just the $1,000.
Okay. And you're telling me, Ms. Kim, that Ms. Jones does not live at the Marigold Way address, but is just the landlord of that property?
No. He is the tenant who is residing there, and the alleged victim is a landlord. She does not live there. My client lives there, Your Honor.
Isn't that just what I said? I'm sorry.
I heard the other way around, Your Honor.
Okay, so he resides at the Marigold Way address, and
Yes.
Ms. Jones does not reside there, but is simply the landlord of that property.
Yes, correct, Your Honor.
All right.
Can I check the
So,
warrant a little clear? See if it's a little bit clear in the warrant, Judge.
okay.
Not over there.
Okay. It's not any clearer.
Okay,
I was
well,
hopeful.
it will be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Ms. Jones. He can stay at the Marigold Way address as long as she does not reside at that address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you.
Yes. Who can we take next?
Next is position 26, Miss Alexis Young.
And who's representing Ms. Young?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so we have already dealt with Ms. Ariel Young. Good afternoon, Ms. Alexis. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0015554G with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was March the 12th, 2021, out of APD for aggravated assault. There are 5 arrest cycles in Georgia. A felony conviction in 2015 for aggravated assault, criminal attempt to commit a felony, possession of a firearm. There's a misdemeanor marijuana charge from 2017. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. As to Miss Alexis Young, we are asking for a $5,000 surety bond in this case. No further contact with Ariel Young. That address, I was trying to see if there were some notes as to who owned the home. So the court's already ordered Ariel to stay away from the location, and I'll just leave it up to the court in reference to Alexis Young. But the court already heard facts in the case as well and her history. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, and she cannot possess a firearm while out on bond. Thank you.
I can share some information with the court. I spoke to Mom, and Mom indicated that she wants Alexis to come back home.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McCobb.
You're welcome.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Miss Alexis Young, is 31 years old. She was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. And she has not had any trouble. I mean, the last one was 2015, more than 10 years ago. The conviction was, and I do understand there was another charge in 2021. However, this is sister and sister kind of altercation, which was not physical. my client denies the allegation. She has GED 2012. After that, she became a driver for FedEx. She has a CDL license, and she also takes care of her mother. We would like to request for signature on bond level 3.
I am going to give her the same bond that I gave her sister. It will be a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. I want her to begin the family violence intervention program. No further contact with Ariel Young. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, including firearms, while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who do we have next?
Position 24.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001542B with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was October 21st, 2025 for burglary and possession of Schedule II controlled substance. See, there are 8 arrests out of Georgia and Ohio. Misdemeanor conviction in 2016 for obstruction, 2015 burglary, but they got first offender on that and it was discharged in 2022. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, and I have the revocation in 2024 and a 2026 burglary conviction in January, I believe it was. I just wrote 2026, but I think that's what I recalled. We are asking in this particular case for a surety bond. This was an incident in which he and Miss Barnhill and a Mr. Bennett Jones were located at a residence that had a placard notice on it. It was a burned home, 329 Hill Street Southeast. And they were there once the parties were located. There was also methamphetamine found on one of the parties, as well as the other party having a drug-related object, a glass pipe. We are asking for surety in the amount of $1,000. We're asking that for a social worker visit for BHET, that he stay away from the location. We're also asking that he have no contact with the parties. Mia I have Barnhill. Well, I have Barnwell, but he says Barnhill. And the other person is Bennett Jones. And no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Williams. He is currently unemployed, Your Honor. He tells me he has not been employed, although he's seeking employment, but he's been unemployed for the past 6 months. It seems that there was some kind of misunderstanding here because he tells me that he was working at this location, that he was offered a job to do some work there, and that is why he was actually there working, Your Honor. I'm asking for a signature bond for him. I don't believe he has any FDAs or anything. And this is a criminal trespass charge, Your Honor, and there were other people involved, and based on what he tells me, it seems like he may well have a legitimate defense to this charge, Your Honor. He's not in a position to pay for bond, having not worked for 6 months. So I want the court to consider a signature bond for him at whatever level the court may deem appropriate.
Does he have a place to stay, Ms. McLeod?
He gave me an address, Your Honor.
He does have that FTA is from 2022. And then the revocation of probation 2024, that conviction is February the 17th of 2026. for burglary, possession of a Schedule II drug-related objects, and theft by receiving.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Evans-Battle. It will be $1,000 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET and any housing issues. He's to stay away from that Hill Street address. He is also to stay away from the alleged co-defendants, Barnhill and Jones. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Williams. And thank you, Ms. McLeod. I appreciate you helping us out this afternoon. Okay, I see that we do have the Spanish interpreter on the line. So good afternoon,
Afternoon, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Lucia. Thank you for assisting us this afternoon. We appreciate it.
Yes,
We will place you into a breakout room with Mr. Masajidin and ACDC here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Oh, Cyrus. Yeah. I go back.
Okay. Are there any other of Ms. Kim's cases that we can?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Barnhill, position 3.
Okay. And it's Mia Barnhill.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you represent her, Ms. Kim, is that right?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Barnhill. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001543B with criminal trespass and possession and use of drug-related objects. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was October 28th, 2025 out of Fulton for theft by taking. There's 5 total arrest cycles. There's a open theft by shoplifting. And then there's a misdemeanor conviction in 2024 out of Dalton for theft by shoplifting. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle, I believe that we just heard the facts of this matter. Anything that you want to supplement there?
Just that she's currently on probation for shoplifting out of Atlanta, city of Atlanta, from September. Our bond recommendation for her was 1,000 surety for each. That she also have a social worker visit for BHET, stay away from the location and the parties. I'm not sure Fulton County. She looks like a good candidate for a drug court if that's an opportunity that's available for her. Ms. Kim is shaking her head yes. All right, then, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Kim?
Yes. Miss Bonhill is 25 years old, single. She has been residentially challenged for about a year. At this point, her church people are the one who's kind of like who can help her. She does not have any family members that she has a close relationship at this point. Your Honor, she lost her job about 6 months ago. And ever since then, she's been having very difficult time financially. So any bond will be actually like a no bond for her. She graduated from high school 2018. After that, she also did a dog grooming. We would like to request for a signature on bond through pretrial, no matter what level it is, since she cannot pay for any bond. And drug court sounds very good. And I also agree with the social worker visit for housing and BPT. Thanks.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. Social worker visit to assess for BHET and any housing issues. Stay away from that Hill Street address. No further contact with co-defendants, alleged co-defendants Jones and Williams. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Barnhill.
Position number 17.
And this is Mr. Nelson.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Nelson. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001559A with battery and criminal trespass. Is there a history?
The last arrest was April the 12th, 2020 out of Fulton for battery. That did result in a conviction for battery family violence in 2024. There's 8 total arrest cycles. There's a 2013 hit and run and driving without a license. An open case for driving while license suspended or revoked. Nothing further to report.
Mrs. Rocco?
Thank you, Your Honor. This was from December 14th of last year at 490 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard. It's the Chevron gas station located in Atlanta. Law enforcement responded there in reference to a dispute and spoke with the victim, Mr. David Ellington. He was the store clerk there, and he reported that the defendant had entered the store demanding a refund for items previously purchased by his son. Store staff showed the defendant video footage confirming that 4 items had been purchased, though only 3 were returned. And the victims say that the defendant became irate, started yelling at staff. He refused multiple verbal commands to leave the property, and there was a physical altercation that took place between the defendant and the victim, involving the defendant shoving the victim forcefully, starting the actual altercation. From that altercation, the victim sustained multiple visible cuts, bruising, as well as a bite mark to his stomach. We did speak with Mr. Ellington, who confirmed the events on the warrant. He states that the defendant's always been a very rude customer and tends to use very colorful language, and is just not a nice person. He has not seen the defendant since the incident, and he wants it to stay that way. He's asking for no further contact, as well as to stay away from the Chevron. With his conviction from last year for that battery family violence, and where he was ordered to complete FFib. Not sure how that's going. The open case I saw for him it's an older one. It's for unregistered vehicle / operation of vehicle without license plate or decal, and suspended or revoked license. That is 18 CR 000290A, as well as a 2018 FTA. All these considered, the state is recommending a $3,000 surety bond, $2,000 on the battery, $1,000 on the criminal trespass. We're recommending at least 3 days anger awareness here. No further contact with Mr. Ellington. Stay away from that Chevron, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Mr. Ellington at this time, Your Honor.
David Ellington's on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Nelson is 34 years old, and he does live here at Atlanta, Georgia. He was born and raised here, Your Honor. He's the one who actually called the police on December 2025. When the police came out, it was kind of like a mutual thing, and my client was defending himself and his 15 years old minor son. There's actually video footage that he can provide to the court later on for the trial. My client was the one who had a bruised black eye. He's gainfully employed at City of Atlanta as of now. Your Honor, this was incident date was December 14th, but then I guess officer changed the mind, or some other officer picked it up. The warrant was issued on February 28, 2026, almost 2 months later, after the other officer kind of thought both were kind of like, it was kind of hard to determine who was the aggressor. And my client has no objection to stay away and no contact. And he would like to get signature. We would like to request for signature on bond through pretrial level, no matter what level it is, Your Honor.
And just to clarify, Your Honor, with as far as the delay in the swearing out of the affidavit for arrest, that was due to the victim initially stating he didn't want to press charges and then calling back later, Your Honor. So that would have been around February 28th.
Okay. For the battery, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. For the trespass, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 5 days of anger awareness. No further contact with Mr. Ellington. Stay away from the Chevron on Ralph David Abernathy Drive. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Nelson.
Next is position 20, Ms. Ravisi.
Good afternoon, Ms. Ravisi. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001571A with simple battery and disorderly conduct. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was November the 8th, 2025 out of Fulton for simple battery. That case is open under 25 CR 007239A, and they're being supervised by pretrial, so we'll be surrendering that bond. There's 2 total cycles arrests out of Georgia and Texas. Nothing further to report.
Mr. Sirocco?
Yes, Your Honor. And that cycle out of Texas, 2 counts of assault causing bodily injury, 2021. We don't have the disposition for that, but that is a violent case nonetheless. And as you heard, the defendant has the open simple battery case, though that is family violence, ending in 7239A. This incident was from March 7th so just 2 days ago at 893 Peachtree Street Northeast in Atlanta. It's the Bulldogs Club, bar, restaurant. Law enforcement was dispatched there and made contact with the manager and victim here, Mr. Darius Richard. He explained the defendant and another individual, a Javon Johnson, entered the establishment and sat at the bar to have drinks. They then entered the restricted area of the building, prompting intervention from staff. The victim had asked both individuals to leave the premises. The defendant proceeded to then push the victim and clench both fists as if she were preparing to strike him. There were multiple witnesses who intervened, separated the parties, and in order to prevent this from escalating any further than it already had. Roughly 5 minutes later, both the defendant and Mr. Johnson came back to the property and caused additional disturbances to the victim and the customers there at the time. They had to close and lock the doors to prevent them from re-entering. And as I stated, there were several witnesses, in particular a Mr. Sean Paul Vickers. He saw the incident from beginning to end and corroborated, as many bar patrons did, the events as described by the victim. And the 2 were also issued criminal trespass warnings. State's recommendation with an open violent case and another prior violent case from 2021 is a $3,000 total surety, $2,000 on the simple battery, $1,000 on the disorderly conduct. We're recommending 3 days anger awareness, no further contact with Darius Richard. Stay away from the Bulldogs Club at 893 Peachtree Street in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. We have not spoken with Mr. Richard yet. We will continue those efforts to reach him. If we could, nonetheless, sound for him at this time, Your Honor.
And while I do that, Mr. Sirocco, would you look up for me that 7239A bond and let me know if I was the one to sign that bond and how much it was for, please?
I will, Your Honor.
Thank you. If Darius Richard is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 25 years young, Your Honor. About not that long ago, she lost a job. So she has been actually staying at Salvation Army for about a month because of her residential challenge. And Your Honor, fortunately, Salvation Army is willing to hold her back. So she strongly wants to have a signature on bond to keep that back for her. She also had orientation done for Waffle House, so she was so close to start her life back again. She does not have any child, and this was purely self-defense from my perspective, my client's perspective, and we would like to request for a signature on bond through pretrial, no matter what level it is. She has no funds to pay for any bond at this point. Thank you.
And Your Honor, as far as that other bond goes, that was bond set by Your Honor. It was $3,000 signature bond through pretrial. And interestingly enough, there was a stay away from another Peachtree Street location. Looks like it's just down the road. But then again, there are a million Peachtree Streets. So.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mrs. Rocco. Nothing further. For the simple battery will be $1,000 good bond. For the disorderly, a $500 good bond. Makes for a total of a $1,500 good bond. No further contact with Darius Richard. Stay away from Bulldogs on Peachtree Street. 5 days of anger awareness. A social worker visit to assist with housing. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you.
Excuse me, whose case was it? Was my son? I disconnected.
Okay, ma'am. Give me a minute. I'm not on a male right now, so I'm on a female, so I'll be with you in just a moment. Did you have something further on this, Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, I just have a blank moment right now. I apologize. And nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
All right.
Anger awareness class. Since she got good bond, not control service, I don't think she can take those classes without making extra payment from her pocket. So that's what I'm concerned about, Your Honor. If she was going through pre-trial service, she doesn't have to worry about making a payment for those anger awareness classes. But this would add additional financial burden to my client, Your Honor.
I will, if we could
Excuse me.
have, give me a moment, please. If we could, she's going to be on the SAP calendar on 3/24 if she does not get out of custody. I'll take a look at the bond again then. I won't require the 5 days of anger awareness at this time, but we'll see her back. And Miss Grace, did you get the 7239A? I'd like to have that put on the SAP calendar as well.
Okay, can you give it to me again, Judge?
I've
I
got it
have
here.
20.
Oh, okay.
No,
Proceed.
it
Sorry.
doesn't. I have 25 CR 007239A. Is that right, Mr. Soraka?
That is correct, Judge.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
Yes, thank you. All right, so good luck to you, ma'am. So who do we have next?
Vision 19.
Okay. And I understand that there's someone who's desperate to speak on this young man's behalf, so I will give you that opportunity in turn, ma'am. Good afternoon, Mr. Rajay. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001563E with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was December the 29th, 2020 out of Forsyth for fleeing and attempting to elude. They have 3 arrest cycles. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Mr. Soraka?
Yes, Your Honor. And I know she's eager to speak, but there is, I'm concerned that what she might speak about is MH involved materials. So I'm not sure if we did want to hold this towards the end of the calendar, but either way, I'm happy to go through this right now.
Okay, I'm going to limit any MH issues to come right now. Ms. Kim, what do you want me to do?
May we stop the YouTube live stream, Your Honor?
Okay, well, if that's gonna be the case also, why don't we hold him until the end of the calendar so that the courtroom will be cleared and we can do this off the YouTube. So we'll come back to Mr. Roger.
Position 42.
Good afternoon, Mr. Salazar. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001545E with criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
No, Your Honor, no history to report at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Judge. In this particular case, they were at Spelman College on March the 7th of 2026. Was walking by the security gates and refused to stop as officer followed and yelled and commanded for him to stop to speak with her. He reeked of alcohol and was acting aggressively and yelling. He was told that he needed to come and check in at the front gate, and he bucked up to the officer as if he was going to fight her, and so he was placed under arrest, where he continued to struggle and resist at that time. The bond recommendation is a $500 signature bond as to each count of the criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and then $1,000 as to the obstruction. So that would be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. Thank you, Judge.
Any objection to signature bond?
No objection, Your Honor. No.
Okay. So for the criminal trespass, it will be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the other charges will be a $500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. He's to stay away from Spelman College, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. There you go. First one. 23, Judge. Next, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wilburn. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001548B with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, theft by taking, and criminal trespass and damage to property. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was October 4th, 2025, out of Fulton County for simple assault, family violence. They're on probation on that case under 25 CR 006172B. There's 3 total arrest cycles. There's an open case for possession of a firearm, theft by shoplifting, and possession of cocaine under 25 SC 000857. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. He removed a keypad at the Post and Wander Apartments at 100 Chattahoochee Circle in Roswell on March the 5th of 2026 and disabled the locks at that location. Then he took multiple packages from multiple lockers, including a package from Brandy Powell that included $175 worth of personal items and cosmetics. On March the 7th, when he was found and arrested, he resisted by backing away, tensing his arms, and grabbing the railing, refusing to be arrested. The recommendation in this particular case is for a surety bond. We're asking for a $1,000 on the theft by taking, on the criminal damage, $1,500, and $1,500 on the obstruction. That makes for a $4,000 surety bond, that he have no further contact with Brandy Powell, that he stay away from the location at the 100 Chattahoochee Circle, which is the Post and Wander Apartments, that he have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
So, yes, Your Honor, Mr. Wilson is 21 years young. He was born in Illinois. He came to Georgia about 5 years ago, and at this point, he has been residentially challenged. And he does have a 1-year-old child, and who is staying with the baby's baby mother. Your Honor, he's working at a hand car as a car washer, and he graduated from high school in Cobb County. No, he didn't graduate from high school. He completed 12th grade. However, he didn't get the diploma, so he is pursuing his GED. Your Honor, he has no funds to pay for any kind of bond at this point, and we would like to request for the lowest possible bond, hopefully $300 cash bond. No signature on bond, your pre-trial, no matter what level it is. Yeah. Yeah. And then he will be referred to a social worker visit.
Okay, for each charge will be $100 cash bond, as such, it'll be a $300 cash bond. A social worker visit to assist with housing, stay away from the Chattahoochee Circle address, no further contact with Brandy Powell, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Can it be a Sheriff Pepperson program?
That's fine with the court.
Thank you.
Okay, I do not see anyone in ACDC for the Spanish interpreter as of yet, but if we could get them as soon as possible so that we can release the interpreter, I'd appreciate it. We have next.
Position 25.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. You've been charged in case 26 CR 0015552F with theft of service. Is there a history?
The last arrest was November 11, 2024 out of Clayton for criminal damage to property, terrorist threats and acts. That did result in a felony conviction where they got first offender treatment. It was sealed in 2025. There's a 2017 misdemeanor disorderly conduct. They have an open battery case, 6 total cycles, and an FTA in 2024. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, in this particular case, it occurred March the 6th of 2026 at the Sonesta Hotel at 1325 Virginia Avenue in East Point. And he was found sleeping in a hotel room that was out of service due to needed repairs. A repairman found him and asked how he had gotten in there. He stated they had twisted the doorknob. He didn't have money to pay the $108 for the stay there for one night. And there was no record of him being booked into room 309 at the time. And so that is what he is charged with. The bond recommendation at this time is for a $1,000 surety bond. He's to stay away from the Sonesta Hotel at 1325 Virginia Avenue in East Point. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Mr. Williams is 28 years young. and he has been residentially challenged for the last 2 months. He lost his job, he got evicted from his apartment, and actually he really want to get out of the jail because he starts his new job on March 12th at seasonal roll house cook. This will give him a foundation to start his life back on track. And he does not have any child, and he is recommended for a social worker visit for his housing. He graduated from high school 2015, and after that, he went to Atlanta Metro College for about a year for higher education. We asked for signature on bond through pretrial, no matter what level it is. He didn't have any place to live, and it was extremely raining, and the weather was bad. Needed to stay somewhere.
Okay, it will be $1,000 signature bond for pretrial level 1, social worker visit to assist with housing, stay away from the Sonesta Hotel on Virginia Avenue, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Judge, have I thought he has an FTA from 2026. He doesn't have an FTA? Where's pretrial? He wouldn't qualify for.
There was one from 2024.
Okay, well, that's still within the 5 years.
Okay, well, given the charge, I'm gonna give him the signature bond through pretrial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Are we ready for the interpreter case?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and to tell me what position that is, please.
That's 15, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Ms. Lucia, if you raise your right hand for me, do you swear or affirm that you will translate from English to Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Mendez. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001551L with 2 counts of battery family violence and simple battery family violence.
Buenas tardes, señora Méndez. Usted ha sido acusada en el caso 26 CR 001551CL con 3 acusaciones. 2 de ellas son agresión, violencia doméstica, y la otra es agresión simple, violencia doméstica.
Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Y el juez pregunta un historial.
No history to report at this time.
Y la respuesta es que no hay ningún historial para reportar en este momento de usted.
Mr. Siraka?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this incident was from March 7th of this year at 5905 Campbellton Road in South Fulton. Appears to be an apartment complex. Law enforcement responded to a fight call for service, and they made contact with the victim here, Miss Shelby Rook. She explained that the defendant, who is her wife and has been married to her for 2 years, they reside there together, that she was arguing with her. And it was then that the defendant started breaking dishes in the kitchen of their home. And
Make note, Mr. Sirocco, that we have an interpreter.
oh, I'm so sorry.
El juez pide al fiscal que indique lo que sucedió. Entonces el fiscal indica que esto sucedió el 7 de marzo de este año en la dirección del 5905 de Campbellton Road en South Fulton. Indica que la policía fue llamada y cuando ellos llegaron para hacer una llamada de servicio, hablaron con la señora Shelby Rook, que indicó que la acusada es esposa de ella ya por 2 años que viven ahí juntos y que estaban discutiendo y cuando la acusada empezó a romper platos. Go ahead, Mr. Sirocco.
Thank you, and my apologies. The victim mentioned that the defendant proceeded to pick up a broken glass coffee mug and throw it at her. It struck her on the left side of her face and neck, causing lacerations to her cheek and neck.
Indica la víctima que la acusada tomó un jarro de vidrio que estaba roto y se lo lanzó hacia la cara y hacia el cuello y lo que causó rasguños, o sea que se abrió, lastimados que se abrieron la piel tanto en la cara como en el cuello.
Officers observed obvious bleeding, swelling, and lacerations to Miss Rook's face, and she received treatment from medical professionals on scene.
Los agentes de policía observaron que estaba sangrando, que estaba hinchazón, obviamente los abiertos de la piel en la cara y recibió atención médica en el lugar de los sucesos.
We did speak with the victim in this case. She states this is not the first time an altercation like this has occurred between them.
Hablamos con la víctima en este caso, quien indica que esta no es la primera ocasión que un altercado así ha sucedido entre ellas.
That police have been called in the past, but no arrests were made in those instances.
Que la policía había sido llamada en ocasiones pasadas, pero que no hubo ningún arresto en esas ocasiones.
She is planning to file for a TPO. The two have been in a relationship since November 2025, married since June excuse me. I withdrawn. That must be a typo, but go ahead, ma'am.
La víctima está haciendo trámites para que le den una orden temporal de protección y han estado casadas y viviendo juntas.
I believe it's they've been in a relationship since November 2024 and they were married in June of last year. There are no children in the home, and the victim, who has two dogs, she wants no further contact and a stay away.
Han estado juntas desde noviembre del 2024, casadas desde junio, parece que de primero, y no tienen hijos. La víctima desea una orden judicial de no contacto con la acusada y también una orden de que se permanezca lejos de la residencia.
With the facts here, Judge, this being the throwing of a broken glass coffee mug, resulting in the lacerations and all the injuries, in addition to what the victim is telling us here about previous incidents with the defendant, we do have concerns for her safety, and we are going to be considering this for a possible transfer to a superior court as an aggravated assault. I will provide my bond recommendation momentarily.
Ya que tomando en cuenta las lastimados abriéndose la piel, tomando en cuenta que no fue la primera vez que esto ha sucedido, pero han habido otros previos eventos, la Fiscalía está considerando mandar este caso a la Corte Superior. Entonces, le digo cuál es mi recomendación en cuanto a fianza.
Given the risk to the victim and the possibility of committing a felony pending trial, with the facts here, the state is recommending a $5,000 total surety bond.
Dado los riesgos que hay hacia la víctima y que este caso puede ser enmendado y a un delito, y que eso necesitaría un juicio, nosotros estamos proponiendo una fianza asegurada de $5,000.
The breakdown would be 2,000 on each battery family violence and 1,000 on the simple battery family violence. We are also recommending the Family Violence Intervention Program. No further contact with Shelby Rook. Stay away from the incident location, the 5905 Campbellton Road address, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Eso sería $5,000 dividido para las tres acusaciones, $2,000 por cada acusación de agresión a violencia doméstica y $1,000 por la acusación de agresión simple. Adicionalmente está un curso, una clase de intervención de violencia doméstica una orden judicial de que no puede tener ningún contacto con la señora Shelby Rook, y que debe permanecer lejos de la dirección del 5905 Campbellton Road. Y también, obviamente, mientras está bajo fianza, no puede usar drogas, beber bebidas alcohólicas o poseer ningún arma.
And if we could sound for the victim at this time, Your Honor.
If you will sound for Shelby Rook for me, and if Ms. Rook would like to address the court, now is her opportunity to do so.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, do you need an interpreter, Ms. Rook?
No, I do not.
Okay, if you would like to address the court, I need for you to come on camera. Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court, Ms. Rook, being mindful that we have an interpreter that's going to need to interpret everything that you say for us? So go ahead.
En este momento la señora Shelby Brook está en la llamada de Zoom. El juez le permite a ella decir lo que ella quiera decir. Entonces yo le voy a traducir lo que ella está diciendo.
Just that for the most part, I agree with everything that Mr. Ryan spoke on. That no contact is my request, and that if she needs to return to the residence, that she do so one time only with a police escort. And if I need to be there to make sure that she doesn't take anything, I can do so.
Lo que yo quiero decir es que estoy de acuerdo con lo que el fiscal Ryan ha dicho. Estoy de acuerdo con la orden judicial de no tener ningún contacto con ella. Ella puede regresar una vez a la casa para recuperar sus pertenencias con una escolta policial. Y si es que yo necesito estar ahí, necesitan dejarme saber para entonces estar ahí, para asegurarme de que no se lleve nada que no le pertenezca.
I'm just very concerned for her, for her well-being, for her mental health, and I want her to get help that she needs, and that's really all that I want. But obviously, I have to choose myself. That I chose her to be my wife, but I also have to choose myself, and I can't choose myself and continue to choose but to separate from her. And I would like the court's help in doing that in the best way possible for her to hopefully continue her life, making better choices, that she can go back to work, possibly live with her sister, and just have a better life.
Estoy muy preocupada por ella y por su bienestar y por su salud mental. Estimo que ella necesita ayuda y aunque yo la escogí a ella para ser mi esposa, tengo que también escogerme en algún punto a mí misma. No puedo continuar de la misma manera. Entonces sí quisiera separarme con la ayuda del tribunal, con la ayuda que me puedan ofrecer, que pueda ofrecer esta corte. Quiero que ella continúe con su vida, escoja mejor en la forma en la que vive y quizás pueda vivir con su hermana y pueda recibir la atención y el cuidado que necesita.
But yeah, I'm just very, very concerned for her ability to process this in a healthy way. And I just want to, I don't know. I think the only way that I can help is just this to say this to her now and to make perfectly clear that that is my decision now, given everything that happened on Saturday.
Lo que yo estoy muy preocupada con su habilidad, con la habilidad de ella de procesar esto que está ocurriendo, pero pienso que es la única forma de hacerlo y de que ella busque ayuda y especialmente dado lo que sucedió el sábado pasado.
Thank you for being here this afternoon, Ms. Rook.
Ok, muchas gracias, señora Rook, por estar aquí esta tarde.
Can I get the case number again, or the arrest report, or any information that I would need to get the TPO filed?
Mrs. Rocca, would you have your people follow up with Ms. Rook, please?
Of course, Your Honor. We'll be in touch with you shortly. Thank you.
Okay.
También ella, la víctima pidió el número de archivo, el número de caso o cualquier cosa que ella necesite para poder hacer una petición de una orden de protección temporal.
Mr. Massageddin?
Ahora es el turno de su abogado defensor.
Thank you, Your Honor. With her wife for the past 3 years. They are married presently. It's been about 2 years of marriage.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Massageddin. You broke up for the interpreter there for a minute, so can you start over, please?
From the beginning?
Yes, I apologize,
Okay.
but you were frozen for a while.
Yeah, no
there.
problem. Ms. Mendez is 27 years old, has been living here in Georgia with her wife for the past 3 years. They've been married for around 2. She is residing at the incident location, the Campbellton Road address presently.
La señora Méndez tiene 27 años de edad, vive aquí en Georgia aproximadamente por 3 años, 2 de los cuales con su esposa en la dirección del incidente en Campbellton Road.
She does have an alternate address that she said she could reside at least for some amount of time temporarily. I'm not sure if that's the sister that Ms. Rook was talking about or what Ms. Mendez told me was a family friend, but that is here in the city.
Ella tiene una dirección alternativa donde ella puede ir a vivir. No sé si es que es una hermana de lo que se refería la señora Rook, pero de lo que ella me dijo es una amistad de la familia.
Your Honor, she is a high school graduate and also has a job that she's very worried about losing, working at a warehouse locally here in the city.
Ella terminó la preparatoria, la secundaria y tiene un trabajo en una bodega, el cual está muy preocupada de perder.
I believe all her belongings are located at that Campbellton Road address. She's not going to have any way to get any of that stuff before her release. This is her first cycle, Your Honor. We understand the circumstances. Ms. Mendez understands that there's going to be a no contact and a stay away order that she'll be able to comply with. But we would ask, in order for her to make this bond, that should be granted a signature bond with any sort of conditions, as well as if there's going to be FFIP or anger management classes, that her retaining her job is going to be the most important thing to be able to pay for those classes, Your Honor. So we're asking for a signature bond from Ms. Mendez here, given her lack of criminal history.
Dado el hecho de que no tiene un historial criminal la señora Méndez y es el primer arresto, sabemos de lo que está siendo acusada y ella está de acuerdo con una orden judicial de no tener ningún contacto con la víctima y de permanecer lejos de la situación donde sucedió esto. Sin embargo, lo más importante es que ella mantenga su trabajo. A lo mejor usted puede darle algunas condiciones con su bono de fianza, como que tome cursos de agenciar la ira o cosas así, pero lo más importante es que ella mantenga su trabajo. Entonces, por eso estamos pidiendo, con las condiciones que su señoría guste, una fianza únicamente con la firma.
For each of the battery charges will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the simple battery, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
Y el fallo del juez es el siguiente: por por las dos primeras acusaciones de agresión y violencia doméstica es una fianza únicamente con su firma de $2,000 por cada una de esas agresiones, más por la de agresión simple, esa acusación es un bono de $1,000 únicamente bajo su firma. Eso es un total de una fianza de $5,000 únicamente con su firma, puede salir únicamente con su firma y es por medio de la oficina anterior a los juicios en la cárcel y el nivel número 1.
She is to begin and complete the Family Violence Intervention Program. She is to have no further contact with Shelby Rook. She is to stay away from the Campbellton Road address. She can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Parte de estas condiciones son, necesita registrarse y completar un curso de intervención de violencia doméstica. No puede tener ningún contacto, cero contacto, con la víctima Shelby Rook. Necesita permanecer lejos, no regresar nunca a la dirección donde sucedió este evento, excepto una sola vez. Puede ir una sola vez con una escolta de policíaca para recoger sus pertenencias. Aparte de eso, una orden judicial de no drogas, no alcohol y no armas durante todo el periodo de tiempo que se encuentre bajo fianza.
Good luck to you both.
Buena suerte a las dos.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Madam Interpreter, we thank you this afternoon. I appreciate you jumping on for us.
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. You have a good rest of your afternoon.
You do the same. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Who do we have next?
Decision number 3. Come on down.
Hey. Good afternoon, Ms. Bartley. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001549B with simple battery and terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history?
The last arrest was October 14th, 2023 out of Brookhaven for obstruction and theft by conversion. There are 7 arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Ohio. Misdemeanor conviction in 2016 for disorderly conduct, 2018 DUI. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This took place March the 4th of 2026 at 3434 Peachtree Road North. It appears that they were at the Whitley Hotel at that address, and security officers attempted to have her removed from the property. She was soliciting guests for money. She wouldn't leave. She was being boisterous. As when Mr. Elder attempted to remove her from the property, she hit him. Once the officers arrived there and she was placed under arrest, she told Officer Ross Bettis that she would smack the poop out of him. That's not the word she used. And as a result, the charges were filed. We're asking for a bond to be set as a surety bond in this case. We are asking that I think that there was some concern by the officer. She hit a security guard, she would hit him. The bond currently is set at $12,000 as a surety. We would ask that the bond remains set as it is. That we think that alcohol may have been involved in this case. We'd ask the court to, as part of the bond condition, address that particular issue in light of the fact that she has previously had a conviction out of another state for driving under the influence of alcohol. as well. No drugs or weapons while out on bond. Thank you. She's to stay away from the hotel at the 3434 Peachtree Road address as well. And no further contact with Mr. Elder. Thank you.
The court now has your opportunity. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Bradley is 33 years old, single mom of one daughter who is 12 years old, and her daughter actually resides with her mother. And my client is actually residentially challenged. That's why she is staying at extended stay hotel. She works as a cleaner. She has a different kind of janitorial cleaning jobs here and there, and she's trying to come up with money, but her income is very low. So she's qualified for her the public defender, Your Honor. And 2011, she graduated from high school, and then she tried to get her associate degree. However, with her having a daughter, she could not complete her degree. And Your Honor, 2018 was already like 8 years ago, and her pretrial level recommendation is only number one. She was arrested 5 days ago, and this case was gone to felony and came back to misdemeanor. And she's been here in the jail quite a bit. And she also was a victim of human trafficking, which was extremely traumatic for her. And that's why she becomes very defensive, and she wants to protect herself. From her perspective, this was self-defense. And I would like to request for signature on bond through pretrial, no matter what level it is. Otherwise, she has no funds to pay for any bonds. Thank you.
Well, the simple battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. The terroristic threats, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Social worker visit to assess for BHET and any housing issues. She's to stay away from the Whitley Hotel on Peachtree Road, and no further contact with Mr. Elder. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye, Your Honor. Bye,
Welcome.
everybody.
Okay, we'll see you next time. Thank you, Officer Milton.
Position number 5.
Okay, Mr. Copeland, you have been charged in case 26 CR 001565J with battery family violence, simple battery family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was September 5th, 2025 out of Cobb County for driving while license suspended or revoked. There are 2 arrest cycles in Georgia. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Evans-Battle? You are mute there, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Yes, this happened March the 1st of 2026. Officers went to a report of a fight in progress. The victim in this case and caller was Miss Renee Collins, spelled Runee, who advised that she and the father of her child, Mr. Jordan Copeland, were involved in a verbal dispute about their daughter. She indicated that Mr. Copeland was to have dropped her daughter off at her home earlier, but he did not drop her off until about 11 o'clock p.m. and advised that at that particular time it was too late for him to be dropping her off, and that he began to attack her. He slammed her onto the concrete and he choked her, and she had cuts and she had some cuts and bruises on her arms, and stating it was from when he put her on the ground. Our bond recommendation in this particular case, due to the significance of the behavior and the charges, this was all done in front of the child that he was supposed to be dropping off. As for a $3,500 for the battery, $2,500 for the simple battery, and $1,500 for the cruelty to children for a $7,500 surety bond. We ask that he stay away from the location, that there's third-party transfer for visitation, that he start the family violence intervention program and have no further contact with Ms. Collins. That address location that he's to stay away from is 3475 Park Drive Southwest, that he have no alcohol, drugs, weapons that he possess, and to surrender any firearms he has in his possession. I believe we did hear from the victim earlier, and I'm not sure if she is on.
Hi, I am.
Okay. And I understand she does not necessarily agree with my recommendation as well, but she, if the court was sound for her, she'll be able to give the court that information regarding the contact.
Thank you. Ms. Collins, if you would like to address the court, I will need for you to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I'll swear you in.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. If you can raise your right hand for me, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
I just want to say that my intention wasn't to cause any unnecessary trouble. And I think that this issue can be resolved if we just had clear communication in some type of co-parenting class or a mediator. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so you, at the present time, you all live alone. Is that, you live separately?
Yes, we live in separate households.
And you have a child. How old is your child?
She's 2 years old.
Okay, and do you have third-party transfer of that child at the present time, or how is visitation arranged?
Visitation is, we just do drop-offs at my house, but we can have third party.
Okay, no, for the time being, it will be third-party transfer. I don't keep, or try not to keep parents from their children, but there'll be third-party. It'll have to be arranged through a third party. Anything further that you'd like to tell the court this afternoon, Ms. Collins?
No.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Mr. Massageddon?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Copeland's 24 years old, a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia. He does have a good address, not the incident location. It's in Powder Springs. He lives there with his grandfather, Your Honor, and he is a father that is his only child, a 2-year-old daughter. Your Honor, he just graduated from Lincoln Tech Technical College, got a degree in welding and fabrication. He's employed as a full-time welder and is missing work right now. He does travel occasionally out of state, I think, for work. The current job he would be on if he was not in custody right now, I believe he's in Tennessee. But he does travel for work, Your Honor, and has no problem complying with a third-party child custody exchange. I already discussed that with him before court today. Your Honor, we would just ask for Mr. Copeland today to receive a bond that he can afford in order to get back to work and continue taking care of his daughter. We would ask for a signature bond if available to him. Otherwise, a total bond not to exceed $3,000.
Okay, for the battery, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the other charges, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. He is to begin the family violence intervention program. He is to have no further contact with Ms. Collins. He is to stay away from her residential address. I believe that's the Park Drive address. There shall be third-party transfer of the minor child for visitation. I want him to have 5 parenting classes, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Copeland. You as well, Ms. Collins.
Position 10.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Hutchins. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001567D with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was January 16th, 2016, out of College Park for possession of hydrocodone, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and possession of a firearm. They have 3 arrest cycles, nothing further to report.
Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor, this occurred March the 8th of 2026 at 7535 Springbox Drive. In this instance, there was some disagreement because his mother, Miss Teresa Hutchins, turned on the lights and told him it was time to get up to go to bed. Get up to go to work. He turned the light back off. She turned it back on, and he got up and pushed her down, causing her to hit her head on a bench in the bedroom. And he fell on top of her, and his dad got up and pulled him off of her. We're asking for a bond recommendation of $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services. Level 1, we are asking for him to do a family violence intervention program. I kind of felt like this may have been you need to see a social worker for MH. Or BH. I'm not sure what's going on in the household. We were not able to, last I checked, reach the victim in the case. So at this time, it would have to be a stay away from the home location and no further contact with her because of that. Thank you.
Evans Battle.
Yes.
The mother's name, the alleged victim.
Oh, okay. Teresa Hutchins.
Thank you. If Ms. Hutchins is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Mr. Masajidin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hutchins is 32 years old, a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia. He does reside at that incident location that belongs to his parents. But he indicated to me that he has a girlfriend who just got her apartment, and he may be able to stay with her at least temporarily. That is in Jonesboro.
This is Teresa Hutchins. I'm here.
If Ms. Hutchins would want to speak, I thought they don't.
I'm
Okay.
not really savvy with this Zoom stuff. I'm trying to turn the camera on.
Okay, yes, that's Ms. Hutchins. If you would raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
Most of what the first young lady was speaking is correct. With how it happened, I don't know if I woke him up out of his sleep, and he is an awesome son. He's an amazing father. I have never had any problems out of this child. I don't know. He's recently been going through a breakup with his children's mom, and so he's been staying with us since July of last year. And I don't know. I just knew that it had stormed earlier, and I thought he was in the house. I had woke him up. I found him in the car asleep, and so I had got him up. Got him to get up to go to bed, and it was only going to be a couple of hours, and time was moving forward. And I was just trying to be concerned, so he would not be late to work. I am so regrettable about this entire incident. I mean, I don't wish for him not to return to the house. If I could undo the phone call, I would undo the phone call. I just think that it happened so quickly, and it was just, I don't know. If I had a do-over, I would ask you to throw out the charges, give him a signature bond. Just a very regrettable early morning start.
Have you had any of these problems before?
Never. He is my ideal child. If one would have asked us, we would have said the daughter, but never him. No one in this world. This young man is so mannerable, so respectful, so humble. I don't know.
What made it on this date? What made you feel like you needed police intervention?
Well, as it was described earlier, I turned the light on to wake him up. He turned it off. I turned it back on. He turned it off and covered his head. I turned it on again, and he just jumped up and I just started shoving me back. And I've never experienced never seen him like this ever. Never seen him angry ever.
Else that do you want him back in the household, Mrs. Hutchins? Are you afraid of him? What would you like the court to do in that respect?
I am not afraid of my son. He is welcome to come back here. We've always told our children, as long as we have a place to reside, they'll always have a place to reside. That'll be strictly up to him. I'll respect his wishes however he sees forth. I only wish him the best in life.
And if I do allow him to come back to your household, I'm going to put some stipulations on it. He's going to have to start a family violence intervention program to assist with any anger issues.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he's 32 years old. It might be time for him to get himself to work on his own.
Yes, you're right.
I've been here this afternoon.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Masajidan.
Thank you, Aaron. I would just say, I believe it was the state's recommendation for a signature bond, I think $5,000 signature bond for pretrial. We would have no objection to that. He can comply with the FIP, and as his mother, Ms. Hutchins just stated, she's okay with him going back to the house. So that would be our ask as well.
Okay. As such, it will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. He's to begin the family violence intervention program. He's to have no further violent contact with his mother, Ms. Hutchins, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
I'm sorry, Judge, how much was the bond again, please?
It's a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have a seat right there, Ms.
Who do we have next?
Position 14, Judge.
Okay.
Call back there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rosa. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001550C with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Harding?
The last arrest was March the 3rd, 2016, out of St. Lucie County, Florida for an FTA. There are 43 arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida. A 2016 felony conviction for burglary. There's a 2008 misdemeanor for DUI, leaving the scene of a crime. FTA from 2016. Nothing further to report.
Mrs. Rocco?
Yes, Your Honor. I also found NOLO to battery family violence and giving false information to law enforcement. That was 2015 in Georgia. He does have quite a bit of Florida history here with burglary of a dwelling and burglary of a conveyance convictions, two separate from 2016. But if it looks like his history is a bit sparse in the past decade or so, it appears he was in the Florida corrections, incarcerated there for a little under 8 years, from what I can tell, from May of 2016 to December of 2024. And prior to that, there were several FTAs that go even beyond what pretrial stated. The incident here from March 7th took place at 4531 Bridgeway Road in Atlanta. Law enforcement had responded to that location, and they spoke with the parties on site. The victim it's Miss Reba Thomas. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She and the defendant had left her residence together in her vehicle to go to a bar. They had a few drinks, and once they left the bar, they both returned to the residence in her vehicle and parked in the driveway to talk. She had stated she would not let the defendant inside of her residence due to a prior incident, excuse me. And while they were in the vehicle, she said that she told the defendant he needed to go home. The defendant exited the vehicle and proceeded to walk to the driver's side door, began to bang on the window with his hand. Then the defendant walked to his vehicle and got inside as if he was going to leave the residence. She thought he was leaving. She went to open the garage door to park her vehicle inside, closed that garage, and entered her residence. And as she was sitting there in her kitchen, the defendant had opened the rear door, which was locked, and stated to her, BITCH, don't ever think you are safe. And she told him he needed to leave. Again, at that time, far more threatening there. He does not have a key to access the home. He's seen on video footage using something to unlock both the top and the bottom lock before making entry into the residence. And there's signs of that entry there from the paint and what the residue was there from what law enforcement observed, showing an item was jammed into the door's opening. We did speak with the victim. She confirmed the events in the warrant. She states the defendant's not a bad guy, and it may have had something to do with alcohol, but she's stated that he's a problem with not wanting to leave after they have spent time together. He doesn't want to leave her house. There was a previous time she called 911 that one's mentioned in the warrant. And during that incident, the defendant didn't want to leave her home there. They don't live together. And even when they used to be in a relationship, the defendant didn't live there. He just always wants to be around. And the defendant's, excuse me, he's been having problems, these behavioral problems since they broke up. She wants the defendant to stay away from her home. She's hoping that the defendant learns his lesson, but she believes it's best to cut things off. She also firmly believes that the defendant is going to return home to her home because this is his pattern, sort of his MO. With that being said, Judge, we are concerned for her safety and her peace of mind there. We are asking for a $3,000 surety, no further contact with Reba Thomas, stay away from 4531 Bridgeway Road in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for the victim at this time, Ms. Thomas.
If Ms. Thomas is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Ms. Thomas, you're on mute there, so if you'll unmute for me, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I would just like to say that, like I said in my statement, Miguel is not a bad guy. I do feel like alcohol played a major part in what took place. Again, he has a job, he's working, he's never violent. It's not a fight. It's not him putting his hands on me. It's nothing like that. It's more so just yelling and Miguel just wanting to always be around. So just, take that into consideration. He is, he's been a law-abiding citizen since he's got out. It's just an all-around good guy, takes care of his kids. So, that's all I just wanted to say. But I do not, wish for him to actually come around. I think that there does need to be some space at this point. Yeah, but definitely not, looking to push this any further out. I just hope that he learns a lesson from this instance. You just don't get to come into people's homes and, do what you want to do. It was just an inappropriate situation, and I hate that that even happened. And just the alcohol, I really just feel like it was the alcohol, because Miguel's never violent, so I don't even see him being belligerent. I'm really surprised at the whole thing. So that's all. I just wanted to kind of speak on his behalf on that part.
All right. Thank you for being here this afternoon, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Masajuddin?
Thank you, Your Honor. For Mr. Rosa, he is 46 years old, has been here in Georgia, for the past several years. He does have an alternate address he can stay at that belongs to his sister, here in the city. He is employed, as, Ms. Thomas, alluded to. He works, as a manager for D2C Safety Solutions. He's a father to 5 children that he does, help take care of financially, Your Honor, and, we spoke, he would have no problem, understanding, complying with a no contact with a stay away order. If Your Honor believes that more conditions are necessary, he'll be able to comply with all of those. His concerns to get out as soon as possible and keep his job and his income at this point in time. We would ask for a signature bond if available, failing that, the $3,000 bond, I believe this was recommended by the state.
Okay, it will be a $2,000 good bond. Stay away, no further contact with Ms. Thomas. Stay away from the Bridgeway Road address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir. Okay, is position number 19 the last case that we have here? Courtroom 2. While we're waiting for courtroom 2, Ms. Champion, can we go off the